Hi, Mark. I tore a bicep tendon. What's your recommendation for uh, active recovery and a recovery protocol? I've torn both my biceps, my right and my left, in 2015. So I have a lot of experience when it comes to recovery. Now, what I recommend is after surgery, if you're good enough, I'm just going by what I did. I'm not saying anyone should do this. If you want to follow your doctor's protocol and your recommendations, that's cool, that's good. Do that. But this is what I did to get through it. Now, 2 or 3 days after surgery, I felt I needed to go to the gym, so I started to train legs and do cardio. I was just in that routine habit of going to the gym, cooking my meals, all this stuff, so I didn't want to get out of that. And I just told myself, just keep moving. And it got me through it. All right. Now, with active recovery, with the torn bicep, you got to play it smart. Now, active recovery is a stimuli where you're training one arm by itself, unilateral training. That will allow blood flow to go from one side of the body to the other. So, still flowing nutrients, flowing blood throughout the whole body. Okay. Now, people say, well, I'm just going to grow one side and the other side's not going to grow. Not necessarily. What I mean by active recovery is not doing heavy, it's just doing light movements, full range of motion, get the blood going, get the nutrients flowing into the body, and get them into that, start pushing all those nutrients into the injured side. Now, when you're good enough to kind of move your bicep after surgery, you'll probably take 2 weeks to even start, extending it, moving it to a degree. I used light resistance bands and I started maybe with 2 pound dumbbells. And when I was on the treadmill or, just walking, I would just be just slowly curling, just like this 20, 30 reps of 2 pounds. Get it moving, get the blood flowing a little bit because the atrophy in the arm is going to just mind fuck you a little bit. It did me. I hated that part. And even right now, I'm dealing with recovering from a torn tricep I did 8 weeks ago. So, um, yeah, I know I got bad fucking luck with tearing tendons, but hey, whatever. So you got to just listen to your body. You have to understand what's a pain in the muscle or a pain in the injured area. So if it feels like it's hurting the surgical area where it was reattached, don't push the envelope. Just keep moving it to a degree where you're not feeling any pain. You're just moving it and get that extension going. Also, if you can get a prescription for human growth hormone, that's going to help for sure. There's a bunch of peptides out there also you can stack with the growth hormone to speed up recovery. I recommend BPC 157 and TB 500. I recently just did a 8 week protocol for those for my torn tricep, and man, it was a life altering experience in the fact that it just sped up my recovery big time compared to just being on HGH. Um, and just keep eating well. That's important. Keep your protein up. All right. You don't have to worry too much about the carbs because you're not going to be training a lot. Um, but keep them in there for sure because I find it important to have carbs regardless. Now, keep the protein up, keep the fats going, keep the carbs moderate, and you got to keep that nutrition program going. Yeah, you're gonna have days where you're gonna eat like shit and junk food on that because you're just wallowing in your own self defeat, and you're gonna have those moments. But that's part of the game. You'll just get through it. Just keep focused on, hey, today was a bad moment, but tomorrow's a new day. Just keep yourself thinking it's a new day, and you'll get through it. But yeah, it sucks tearing a tendon. I'm sorry. I feel for you. But I got a whole series on my YouTube channel here, The Road to Recovery, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 is my whole recovery process of my bicep tears, and then right now I'm documenting the tricep tendon rupture. So yeah, watch those if you need to, and it'll give you some insight of how I was feeling, what I was going through, what I was doing in these certain stages of the recovery, and it may come in value and can use to you. All right. So I wish you well, man.